Hey guys, it's Karl. Want to make a super quick vid as this just dropped into the studio. It is the brand new Apple Watch Ultra. It's the watch that all the hype was around. Of course, we have Series 8 over here. Not a lot of upgrades coming to that because I think the main focus, of course, was on the Ultra. It's an Ultra version of the Apple Watch. It can do extreme things like hiking at extreme altitude, going deep sea diving, doing all the things which I do not do, but I will try to do for my review. Obviously, this is just a very quick unboxing, and it's also the reason why we changed the entire set to orange, because this was the watch I was waiting for, mostly for the color. So many people DM me saying, you have to get this watch because it's orange. Here we go. This is me unboxing it. And getting to this unboxing, this is kind of interesting as it has this unique designed box, and typically Apple products are all white, and you can see here this is actually an image of looks to me like an ocean. Reminds me of the Mac Pro unboxing where it had something a bit unique, and it also has this cool little booklet. This looks like a little art booklet which shows some of the different strap options and of course the thickness, some of the features. Probably just a bit of a design book, which is always a nice little touch. And inside I do have the Apple Watch Ultra as well as the band which it came with. So you can see here, this is the yellow rubber one. Of course, I had to get the orange strap one just to match with some of the orange. So this is actually the ocean band, which is adjustable. So if you do have a wetsuit, you can actually strap that over your wetsuit and still rock your Apple Watch. So I'll put this off to the side. I'll put the orange strap off to the side for a second, and I quickly want to take a look at what's inside of the Ultra box. And we have here something really different. So obviously on the channel, designed by California in Apple, but underneath that, we do have coordinates. And forgive me if I'm not correct here. I believe these are the longitude, latitude coordinates, perhaps of Cupertino. So I'm gonna assume that is Cupertino right there. That's where Apple HQ is. And inside of here, we do have the fast charger, and this is actually different as well. Like we have on some of the Pro models, this is a braided cable, so it's a braided white Apple Watch charger. So this is the fast charger, and you do know that because this does have the silver lining around it, and of course we do have USB-C. So braided white cable, and of course the Apple Watch itself. And right off the bat, what I've noticed, I am wearing a stainless steel watch on my wrist now. This is quite heavier, my OG stainless steel watch, compared to this, because this is made out of titanium. So this entire shell made out of titanium, and of course it is a ceramic back with the crystal to measure your heart rate and track all of that fancy stuff. To set it up, it's super simple. As with most Apple stuff, you just need to pair it with your iPhone. You just need to be rocking the latest iOS. And as that boots up, I'm gonna quickly take a look at this orange band, which I've been really stoked to check out. And as you can see, it is in a bright highlighter orange. I got to see it briefly hands-on, but it's slightly different from what we have on the box design. Not to be picky about my oranges here, but this is more highlighter, where this is a bit more neutral, which I do prefer that, but I get that this is bright because you want to be seen with this. And as I kind of slide this on, I think one of the biggest questions I saw was, does the OG rubber strap, or do any of the OG straps work with the Ultra? And because they use the same rail system, they fit right into place. So you could technically rock your Ultra with a rubber strap, but I think a lot of people will be wearing this or using this with some of the more extreme straps. Just keep in mind though that these straps are size dependent. So I did grab the large one, and I do have quite a small wrist. You can actually see I always wear a watch, and my hideous watch tan is quite apparent. So as I slide this on for the very first time, I'm hoping that this stretches all the way, and to tighten it, I'm just kind of pulling on one end, and I just make it to the end of the watch strap. So I should probably have a medium size strap. Just make sure you measure your wrist size before you buy one of these straps, but it fits for the purpose of this video, and obviously I'll be testing that, and that is pretty dope. It's always so nice to see a little orange strap, and of course, here is the Apple Watch Ultra. So the first thing that you'll notice, of course, is the size of the display. So this is a 49mm titanium watch face, and you're comparing that to either the two options which you have on the regular Apple Watches, which is 41 and 45. The thing that I initially always thought was the chunkiness of the watch. So it is quite chunky, and I have a fairly thin wrist, but I do come from a traditional stainless steel watch, which is also a little chunky boy, so I am used to the chunkiness. How many times have I said chunkiness in the past 30 seconds? But you can see it does have some depth to it. Comparing that to, say, for example, the Series 8, there's a noticeable difference in terms of overall width. Just kind of keep that in the back of your head. There is an action button on the left-hand side, which is programmable. So I just set mine to the traditional standard workout. But if you are doing an extreme sport, you can change that to dive depth. You can change that to compass, to GPS. So those options are kind of up to you. And on the other side, you do have a crown, which is actually protected by this little raised ridge. And you have your multitasking button underneath. So it's a pretty dope watch. Obviously, this watch is really intended to target, I really think, the Garmin market. Really high-end smartwatches are around that $1,000 mark. So I think Apple's getting into the right space. I think a lot of people were waiting for a watch like this. I think for the regular person, it's probably a bit of overkill unless you are really using it for what this is made for. So going off trail, going obviously deep sea diving. So this has a water depth rating of 100 meters. It is certified with a specific certification. I'm not too familiar with them, but you can take this, of course, underwater. Another big feature of the display is its brightness. So it can get up to 2000 nits, which is actually the same as the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is great. And when you rotate the digital crown, it actually goes into night mode, which is just easier to see in low light situations. So you can see right here, even on camera, this is now in red, and if all my studio lights were off, this would just be a lot easier to read and to navigate with. Around the rest of the case, it has an extra speaker for louder volume, and that can actually ping off if you are, say, lost outside. It actually has a quite audible sound. So it's really meant for those explorers, for people, like I said, that like to go off the grid. You can even tell that with the main watch face, which is actually a built-in compass. Battery life, because of its chunkiness, has also been extended. So 36 hours, and there's even a low power mode, which is coming, and that will get you up to 60. And it even has a low power workout mode that can fully sustain an entire Ironman marathon. Not that I've ever done something that intense, but if I were to do one or train with one, you can get by an entire one just on one single charge. So clearly this is for the Ultra people out there. The name, it makes sense. The Apple Watch Ultra. I will try to do some Ultra things to test this out. So if you have, Nick's shaking his head off camera because I suck at Ultra things, but if there are things that I should test this out with, I will dive to the bottom of my bathtub. I will hike to the top of our tallest mountain here, which in Ontario there are none, but I'll test this out. So if you have any cool things, let me know what you want to see down below in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this super quick unboxing and very first look at the Ultra. Love the orange colorway. This watch has been made for me. I am Ultra. Peace.